Hi, I'm Miss Strassman. I'm doing a quick gardening video for Family Fitness Fest virtual style. And this gardening video is about planting from seeds. Now, when you watch this, it's going to be close to the middle of August. You don't have a whole growing season left, so you need to choose seeds that have about 60 days before harvest. Things like spinach, things like lettuce, radishes, peas, kale, those things would grow in the amount of time that you have left. I've got some lettuce and I've got some radishes. The first thing you want to do is find ground where you know there's no buried electrical wires and where you know there would not have been any lead paint. I'm in my garden, it's pretty far away from anything like that. Then you want to break up the ground and remove weeds, okay? I like to break it up first. I find it to be a little bit easier that way to get the weed roots. Make sure you definitely get grasses. Grass roots are the worst. Okay, so I'm crumbling it up so there's no big chunks and it's nice and soft. That way the baby roots of the plants I do want will grow. Okay, and I'm smoothing it out. While I'm smoothing it out, grabbing the weeds by the roots, making sure there's no more weeds in there. Luckily, this was pretty well weeded before I started. So, that looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a furrow. And a furrow is really just like a line that you'll put your seeds in. It works well for salads and radishes because my seeds can go very close together. You can plant salad like seeds 1 inch apart and harvest them as baby leaves. Generally it says seed spacing is farther than that if you want to let it grow into a big lettuce plant, but I'm not going to do that. But the back of the seed packet will tell you how far apart adult plants should go. But again, I'm going to seed closer to harvest baby greens, that way you can do it faster. The depth for these seeds is 1/4 inch. Normally depth is always 4 times the seed's width. You can do it that way. And I'm just gonna do a little line. It's about 1/4 inch down. It's not very far. And going further than the recommended depth down means a lot of seeds will not grow. Don't go further thinking it's better. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna put these seeds really close together. Just kind of sprinkle them in because they're salad seeds. And they're like 1/2 inch apart. And I'm just sprinkling them very carefully into that little line I just drew. About 1/2 inch apart. And when they come up, I'm going to let them grow until they look good enough to harvest. So, another trick, so these radish seeds, the radish seeds will sprout faster and then you'll know where the other seeds are going to be coming up. So you'll see this straight line of radish seeds and you'll know that the straight line is where the good plants are. And if there's any weeds growing outside of that straight line, you're going to be able to know that's the weed and you can pull it out. So a couple radishes. Okay, to mark the row. You could also mark the straight row by just grabbing some kind of little stick. And then again, you know the straight line is where your plants are that you want and you can pull out weeds that you see. Alright, so then I'm just going to cover them really carefully. And I'm going to pat it down because when I water or when it rains, I don't want them to get washed away, and that can happen. Okay, for watering, water slowly and evenly, and you kind of want it to soak in before you add more. If I made a huge puddle of water here, the seeds would float up through the puddle because they float, and then they could absolutely get washed away. So I'm watering really slowly. I'll give it a little more, and I'm just like letting it soak in before I add more. You should water them almost every day so that they germinate. Okay, so then, last thing. If you want to get a raffle ticket for doing this, okay, I want to see a picture of you doing what I just did. It can be one single picture, just to have yourself in a garden and, show me that you have reached into the dirt and done something with planting seeds. You could also plant transplants. So take that picture and you will submit it in the form for this gardening event for Family Fitness Fest. Thanks so much.